Leon's Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a mother smack addict. Bye-ya, bye-ya, bye-ya. In a menudo style in direct fashion, we're going to get straight into the content of the day. But before we do, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Put your notification bell on all. Ding. So that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content I am kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support, man. We're going up on this channel and it's all because of you. And for that, I can say I'm very humbled and very much so appreciative. I know I couldn't do it without you, man. So thank you very much. So who's the king of the north? This ain't the Game of Thrones, that's it. What this is real life, right? And man, the rap battle continues. The shots are fired again, right? And the raza is fed up, I believe. I think people in general are tired of the shenanigans. We love good music. We're always going to love good music. And these last two diss songs that were put out by, Valto from up north and a Valto from down south, or actually a Valto from up north that claims down south, because we can't get that mixed up, right? I think they were both good, As I analyze the situation, Chito Ranas' song that he put out, this last diss that mentioned Lazyboy and a couple of the other Northern California rappers or rappers from up north, right? I think it was a good thing, man. I think is a good song, right? Again, the message, a little murky, a little muddied up, right? As far as, the disrespect and the cons. But I mean, if that's what it is to go get your chips, if that's what it is to go get your feria, why not? Do your thing, man. If that's what is floating your boat, then Titanic on, homie, until it sinks, right? Now, when it comes to Lazyboy, he dropped a diss record yesterday. Pretty good song, man. I love the video. I love the canalismo, the unity there with the norteños. Sanjo, of course, thick with norteños. They did their thing. At the end of the day, he could have dropped that song, did that song, man, without any disrespect towards the South. And I would have appreciated it more. Probably, I would have said, at the end of the day, I give Lazyboy his credit for being a good rapper. Just like I give Chito, I actually like Chito Ranas. I've been a big fan and a supporter of Chito Ranas' music for a long time. Just is what it is, man. I don't care about the geography. I don't care about where he's from. At the end of the day, man, I respect the way he puts it down. He has his own different style. No one could deny that. Chito Ranas has his own style and he goes, man. His music goes. I'm real. I'm unbiased. I'm not going to sit here and pick sides in this war and tell you, hey, the North is better just because they're from up north, or the South is better because they're from down south. But I'm going to be real with you. Chito Ranas and Lazyboy's beef, or this disrespect towards each other, goes a little bit more deeper than rap. See, with all this different shenanigans going on and all this different beef going on in the rap game right now between rappers from Northern California and rappers from Southern California. Now, let me explain something to you before I even go deeper into it. I'm no longer going to give them that label, Norteño rap music and Sureño rap music. I'm done with that. They're just fucking rappers, right? They're just hip hop heads. They're rappers. They're performers. Some just happen to live up north and be from Northern California. Some just happen to live down south and be from Southern California. And in Chito Ranas' case, he just happens to be from Southern California, but really from Northern California, right? So that right there is that you have to really dig deep into that one. And no, it's not a subliminal or a diss. It's the truth, right? The Valto's from Sacra, and he claims the Sur. So that's just it, right? He's an upstater. He's an upstater that doesn't live upstate anymore. So when I get to thinking about, all that, I'm not going to put labels on it. Just like I've never liked the label Chicano rap music. Chicano rap, right? What the fuck is Chicano rap? Rap is rap. It's just a Chicano doing it. That's it. Eminem's not considered white rap. DMX is not considered black rap, right? Rap is rap, man. However you want to wrap your head around it. That's real life, So I'm going to stop putting these labels on it myself. You can choose to do whatever you choose to do. But at the end of the day, I think it's just more, the reality of the situation is, if you continue to put yourself in a box or continue to put these rappers in a box, and they're never going to get up out of there, and I appreciate the value of good music and I want to see everyone blow up. And I also wanted to address some other issues on this video. We'll get to it, right? So I see them both drop disses again, and it gets a little bit more personal and deeper with these two individuals. Okay, for those of you that don't remember, man, while Chito Ranas was locked up, incarcerated on, I think, this last bid, his brother Jalisco, who he considers his brother, right, went out to the city of San Jose and, dropped his location. And I don't know if he was sleeping on the city of San Jose or he decided that, whatever. He was just going to let people know he was pulling up and that was that. Whatever the case may be, someone decided to take it further into the next level. And that's what's been happening. We've seen what just happened with Julio out there in Florida. PNB Rock. So many other rappers, man, or not even rappers, but gang members, that play that fine line into being really out there in the streets and really doing something and disrespecting each other and having real enemies and then rapping about it. That makes people feel a certain type of way. And for whatever the case may be, man, Jalisco went into San Jose and, whether it was a disrespect, something that happened right there, or he did drop his location like people are saying, somebody pulled up. Somebody pulled up and there was a shooting incident that occurred allegedly and Jalisco didn't make it, man. And that's unfortunate because that guy was talented and he was going up in the game just like his brother Chito Ranas. And I truly believe out of all Chito Ranas' homeboys, that was probably the closest camarada to him. That was his taita, and they were trying to come up in the world together. But of course, Chito Ranas was not there. He was incarcerated, so he couldn't be there. Or it could have been him, or maybe they would have made the conscious and the right decision not to go fucking around in the city of San Jose because San Jose is dangerous, especially when it comes to the gang lifestyle. Vatos are not playing in the city of San Jose. They're not playing anywhere in California or anywhere in this world. If you disrespect someone and they catch you slipping, they're going to tear your top off. Period. It's the way it is. So he went out there and he was shot. And he didn't make it back to SAC, right? Now, at that time, there was a lot of people discussing it, talking about it. I didn't. I felt bad for Chito Ranas. I could only identify with him. I've lost family members while incarcerated. And it frustrates you because there's nothing you could do. What are you going to do? Crash out in there? Nah, you have to stay on your professional tip while incarcerated. Whatever happens on the streets is the streets. And while you're in there, you got to conduct your business, just the way you do. So you can't let shit like that affect you, but it affects everyone. We're human. So I'm sure he was feeling some type of way. And immediately your first thought is to double back, revenge, retaliation, right? Hit him where it counts. But again, you're handcuffed, man. You're stuck in a place with four walls around you and you can't get to that. So, you would expect your homeboys to double back or whatever. Regardless of what you think, in real life, nothing happened, okay? That's facts. So this vato gets out the first time and crashes out for reals and starts disrespecting norteños like on a whole different level. But I understand them traditionally being his enemies and him having, feeling some type of way personal because something personally happened to him, right? He just went all out. There was the disrespect, the stealing of chains. I know Swifty at that time, they were rocking together. This was the first time he was involved in it. And, Chito Ranas was out there disrespecting a norteño that had just been killed in the city of Sacramento, Lil TYS, right? And got to disrespecting his family, him, and he was feeling some type of way. So, of course, the norteños clapped back. Rico Too Smooth clapped back. And then all the shit with Lazyboy went on. Now, Lazyboy being from the city of San Jose, I could see where Chito Ranas has ill will towards him. He probably blames every norteño from San Jose for being, the one that have done that. But really, it's one man, one or two men that got incarcerated and locked up. They've already been apprehended on the shit. You don't get mad at a whole gaggle of people because one person did it. But when you're gangbanging in the streets, one bean does it, kill the whole burrito, right? That's the mentality. Get off on one, get off on all. I understand that. It's a fucked up mentality. How do I know? I lived that lifestyle for a very long time. And I started to realize that everybody is their own man. Not everybody believes the same bullshit that everyone else believes. Some vatos just happen to be born up north. They rock with the homies. They do their thing. But they don't hate vatos from down south. And it's vice versa, man. There's a lot of vatos from the sur, from down south, that don't even know what a norteño is. So they have no hatred in their heart towards the norte. And then there are those that do. And that's okay. That's part of gangbanging. When you involve yourself in that world, man, you have to play that world to the fullest. This is not Fortnite, homes, where you can change skins. Once you got one, that's what you got. So it is what it is. But this continual dissing of each other on records, man, is starting to boil over to the point where it's getting a little bit more dangerous. Okay, it's starting to be a thing where it's getting old already. You know, I guess if this is what brings more views to you, and I've noticed, hey, shrewd characters, shrewd businessmen, ever since this North and South banging on wax or beef back and forth has started, and it all started from the No Jumper interview with Lazyboy. Let's just keep it. I mean, even prior to that, we could say prior to that, because Chito Ranas got out. I think it started with Chito Ranas. Let's be real. When Chito Ranas got out of prison the first time, like I said, he went crash dummy on everybody, right? He started disrespecting. He was mad. His brother got clapped while he was locked up. I understand. See, there's different ways to handle the gang beefs. If you lose a camarada, you lose someone close to you, a brother, a homie, usually, you know, back in the days, but we're in different days now. Usually what you do is you jump your ass in a carro and peel out somewhere, get your ass to Sanjo, to the shark tank, and try to take a bite out of a shark, right? Usually. But in this case, the Voltas decided, nah, Charlie Holmes, I'm not going to put my liberty, life, and freedom at risk, you know, for my brother like that. You know, instead, I'm just going to take it to the booth and tell him the truth, right? And so that's what he's doing. But at the end of the day, I tripped because, I mean, you're going to take liberties with your freedom by running up on dudes, stealing their chains, posting that shit online, carrying cuetes, all this, man. Why not go handle your business, right? If that's how you feel. Or just be quiet and wait and bid your time, right? That's just my mentality with it. Or don't do nothing at all, man, and live your best life, because that's what your brother would want for you. He would want you to carry on the legacy you and him started. That's just my thinking, right? Maybe I'm a little too old school. Maybe my thinking's all fucked up, right? But that's just me. Now, regardless of the fact his brother's no longer with us, he's still with us, man. He has a voice. And I respect Chito Ranas' voice. I respect his get down. I like the fact that Chito Ranas, for the most part, even though I believe he's the catalyst and started this beef, has kind of stood out of it. But he dropped a song the other day, and it's called Dead Man Walking, for those that want to tap into the song. And he disrespected, you know, Lazyboy and the Norteños. And like I said, I think he has an extra bone to pick with the city of San Jose, just based on that's where his brother, you know, lost his life. It's understandable, right? Now, Lazyboy, I don't think has an issue with Chito Ranas per se, other than he's from, you know, a Sureño. I think his beef more so is just a clap back on people like Lefty Gunplay and these other rappers that he feels have disrespected the North. Because we could keep it honest and real, man. When people are arguing the fact who started this shit, who really started it. You know, people from down south are going to say the North. People from the North are going to say down south. But let's be honest here. You know, this from an unbiased, fucking no added preservative point of view, man. Who started this shit? You know, if I distinctly remember, and there's been a lot of disrespect between North and South over the years on wax. So I'm just talking about the recent activities, the recent diss. Because for a while there, man, everybody was just doing their own thing. The rappers that live up north were doing their thing. The rappers from down south that live down south were doing their thing. They weren't even mentioning each other. But then you had people like Bozo, who started in every single campaign, started disrespecting the North. And here's I wanted to talk about Bozo. Well, you know, maybe I'll just do my own spill on it. Maybe I'll just do my own spill on it, man, and let you know, because we're going to break that shit on down and decipher some shit, you know, for Bozo Hustle, man. Because this Vato is spreading false propaganda and rumors and having people look at people some type of way just because they're not active. Come on, bro. You're not either. We're going to get to that. But anyways, when it comes to, you know, this beef, regardless of who you think started it, my take on it was Lefty Gunplay decided that if for no other reason, he was going to say F the North. He ain't going up there. He's from down south. He's going to stick to where he's at and all that. And I said, that's that man's prerogative. He could do what he wants to do, like Bobby Brown, right? There ain't nothing stopping him from going up north. But if he wants to just do it for his people, like he says, his gente, how can you be mad at that, right? Then when Lazyboy went on No Jumper and Adam started asking him about Lefty Gunplay, he decided to clap back. He decided that was his moment to voice his opinion and not really say too much about Lefty, but say more so that he felt the guys from down south were copying the guys from up north style. Okay? And I said when I did my spill, I didn't think that was the case. I think everybody now is adapting to more of the urban style. I thought everybody was copying black guys. That's what I thought, right? At first I didn't. Then I sat back, reanalyzed it, and said, yep, yeah, they are, right? And that's just it. Okay, whatever you want to think, that's on you. And then the back and forth started. Then other rappers started to become involved. I think the raza and society and the public in general is pretty much tired of this shit. You know, I mean, if it's good for you and it sells records, fine. If it's a personal beef, fine. Can't no one stop it? Didn't no one say nothing when Tupac and Biggie were going at it? You know, didn't no one say nothing when Ice Cube and NWA were going at it? You know, everybody, you chose a side. You picked a side. Or either you liked that song or you didn't. I remember when Who Shot Ya came out and everybody was like, that isn't about Pac. Maybe it is, right? I would bump Who Shot Ya and hit him up back to back. I didn't pick a side in that one. I like both the rappers, right? Ultimately, it got real. And regardless if you want to think it was just a rap beef or West Coast, East Coast beef, they died. Both of them. You know, in these rap beefs that are going on now, this fight for I guess supremacy over who's the better side of rappers, no one's gonna win. You know, everyone's always gonna one up each other. Just like Lefty Gunplay, it came with the diss, you know, the freestyle, man, the blueprint. I thought it was decent. I didn't think it was the best, you know. But then when I heard it was just a freestyle, because I assumed it was a song. Then when I heard it was a freestyle, I said, it was not bad for a freestyle, right? And then Bands came back. Now, this is a story. Yo, I mean, he came back. He clapped some cheeks in that motherfucker, right? I mean, he was gigging on him, right? And he clapped some cheeks. And Lefty said, fuck that. What the fuck? Man down, right? And he just went on tour. He said, fuck that. I'm cool off that shit, right? I ain't mad at him. I'll respect and support that. I don't know how I would feel if someone did that to me, too. I'd be like, man, the best get back is no get back at this point. This Volta done fucking went haywire on me. Now that's crashing out, Chito. You know what I mean? That's real talk. Anyways, you know, I see that, like I said, Chito Ranas drops this diss. Lazyboy claps back with the diss, man. You support who you're going to support. You know, at the end of the day, just be happy as a brown person or as a person, period, man, that it hasn't got to the streets and people getting killed over it. Because it's fucking a situation where it's just al boo-boo now. You know, there's going to be people, innocent people that lose their lives or innocent people that get touched over a couple guys rapping that ultimately are just doing it for the bag and doing it for the sport of rap, you know. Just, you know, you think on it however you want to think on it. All right, here's another thing that I wanted to talk about. The King of the North, right? If you're from Northern California, you take a lot of pride in that. Just like if you're from Southern California. Mexicanos, Chicanos, Latinos, period, are a very prideful people. I've said it in many of my spills. I'll continue to say it till I'm put in the dirt, right? Very prideful, very tribal, a lot of tribalism that goes on, inner fighting, guerrilla warfare, hood to hood, street to street, organization to organizations. It's like that, right? Mexicans, Chicanos in general, and Latinos, man, are a hard nut to crack. They're hard to figure out because they're keeping you on your toes at all times. They're keeping each other on their toes. They're the biggest critics of each other, right? So I could see two big groups such as Northern California rappers and Southern California rappers not taking into each other, not liking each other. And of course, you have a whole bunch of people that bump baking soda breath on the internet that know how to type. Like their typing skills are fantastic. It's the only fucking class they paid attention to in high school, right? They're good with the internet shit back and forth. I'm seeing some of these chats, they're just so disrespectful. It's crazy, right? Again, I think it could be other people stirring the pot. There's never any pictures, so it could be someone totally out the box, man, like, I'm going to get these Mexicans going. Think about it, right? As a gente, we have to smarten up and open our eyes and realize, man, there's sometimes people that poke the bear, you know, because they know the bear ain't going to come bite them. The bears are going to bite each other. Brown bear, black bear shit. Now, here's some knowledge you can't get in college, some clecha, right? I've been hearing this rumor about the King of the North, that Chito Ranas is the best Mexican rapper from Northern California. You know, that's up for your interpretation. Do I believe he's one of the better rappers from Northern California? Absolutely. I believe that. I like his music. Do I believe he's the best from Northern California? No. I believe the best is GB from Merced. And not just because I'm a little biased. But not just because I'm from Merced, because I believe lyrically he's the best rapper from Northern California. I like Rico Too Smooth. You know, I like, let me think, D Cisneros. Dope. You know, here's another rapper that doesn't involve himself in the shenanigans. I mean, he's with the business. You ain't never going to see him on No Jumper or doing this type of shenanigans and bullshit. And that's Casper Loke, right? People sleep on Casper Loke. Lyrically, he's tearing shit up. Now, Chito Ranas is from Northern California. No matter any way you want to twist it. Does he claim Norteño or Northern California? No, absolutely not. He claims upstate Southsider, right? That's his group. That's what he's chose to be from, and that's what it is. But he still is from Northern California. Okay, he might not live there. He might not function there like that anymore, but he's from there, right? Is he one of the better rappers from Northern California? Absolutely. Is he the king of the North? Absolutely not. There is no kings up north, right? The kings up north are all incarcerated, bro, functioning on them yards, you know? So that label people are saying, hey, man, Norteños are just mad because, you know, Chito is better than all them. No, bro. That's hater shit. That's like fucking saying, you know, a certain individual from down south is just the best. He's the king of the South. Saying Lefty Gunplay is the king of the South when we know there's actually rappers that rap better than him. He might be holding weight. He might be the one with the most buzz right now. Facts, right? But I think Baldacci is the face of LA or and I won't even say the king of the South because all those kings again are incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean. That's what it is. Anyways, all this dissing, man, is getting old, man, and I just truly hope that nobody, and I mean nobody, man, has to pay the price for it. You know, this No Jumper stuff. I respect the last 2 interviews that Adam did. I don't like Adam. You know, I'm not going to fucking sugarcoat it and say all of a sudden, oh, Adam's a cool guy. I don't fucking like him. I believe at the end of the day, man, he's utilizing the black and brown man. But that's just me. That's my opinion. You know, if something happens later on and I'm proven right, I'm going to be like, told you so. Kind of like the spiel I'm going to do later on this channel about myself and this personal agenda with Bozo trying to blame everyone else but himself, right? I'll break it down and explain to you exactly, you know, what's going on with that. Anyways, I just hope, truly, man, as someone who's for all the raza, that everyone realize that this is just music. Don't take it any further. It's crazy. It's crazy how just a couple people disrespecting have voices that are that powerful that make whole groups hate each other even more so than they already have. You know, people ask me all the time, will this North and South stuff ever end? Imagine if we all came together, bro, and all that. And I said, well, you know, I'm not part of that anymore. You know, I'm not objective. I'm from the outside looking in, right? But I always wonder when I was, if that was to take place, what would happen? That'd be a very powerful people, you know? Think of it like that. A lot more business conducted, a lot more bag, more powerful people. But it's hard, man. It's hard when there's so much people that spread poison and propaganda and biases. It's just crazy. With that being said, I hope that you move with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming. And remember, at the end of the day, it's all about the struggle, to strive, to struggle. Go listen to Lazyboy's new track. Go listen to Chito Ranas' new track. Make your decision on whose was better, or make your decision on if they're both good. I think it's both good music. I think all these rappers, they're starting to elevate their game. It's pushing them to do better music, man. And I respect that. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle for what I honestly and truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. Make sure you guys tap into the collective clips. I will be dropping episode 1 of Super Paisa today. I wasn't able to get to it yesterday. Some shit came up and boop, 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 all that, right? Also, I'm going to be dropping a video later on this channel discussing myself and this Bozo situation. This guy thinks he's Nipsey Hussle or something, man. You know, we'll get straight to the ethnicity of it. The gun.